Hello and welcome to W203. My name is Garen Cycle, and I just wanted to introduce a few things about the course and to welcome you to Introduction to Creative Writing. As far as the course is set up, we're going to work in three basic genres of creative writing during the course. As we go through each genre, you'll want to look at some of the short presentations that are available under Pages on Canvas. They'll introduce some basic issues within the genre, some basic points of convention within the genre, and kind of help you get some starting points as you develop your own writings within the course. The first of these genres is creative nonfiction. You've been introduced most fully to nonfiction writing through journalistic writing, that is newspaper or online journalism. Within the course, we're going to work through more literary journalism or memoir. So if you want to kind of push a sense of journalistic writing here, that would be fine. But we'll try to rethink how narrative works within journalistic writing. So it won't be just chronicling the facts, but thinking about how those facts are presented within a model of literary journalism or memoir. The second genre will be fiction, and we'll be exploring fiction through the form of the short story. You'll have the opportunity to write a piece of flash fiction, which is a very focused, short piece of fiction contained within one page, and also to develop a bit longer piece, a 5 to 10 page piece of short story, or perhaps it could be a fragment from a novel that you'd like to work on. But fiction will be the second genre we'll look at. And then finally, we'll close the course out by looking at poetry and perhaps drama as well a bit. We'll look at some, I'll give you the opportunity to look at some plays by poets. If you wanted to write a short 5-page play, you could do that as well. But we'll look through some basic poems and explore how a poem means and how a poem is written. I'm not sure if you have much introduction before. Have you had any introduction before to these genres? But don't feel like you have to have had any experience in writing these things. We're just here to explore them as writing genres. A note about the course readings and writings. The course readings are presented on the syllabus. Try to keep up with the readings. I've selected a collection of texts that I think best illustrate the genres that we are exploring during the term. They are presented primarily as models for you. So I think the only way to really become a good writer is to do a lot of reading on your own and to see how other writers have approached questions of craft and development of narrative. And so these examples in the course offer you the possibilities for that. Within the readings themselves, I'm not going to test you on individual points of development or detail within the writings or within the readings, but please read them as models and read for how the writers have developed individual points within those things. I may ask you to write a little bit on the readings themselves as the term goes along. In particular, note the conventions within the writing itself, how dialogue is set up, how the writer explores points of narrative, how the writer uses particular elements of craft to develop the story or the poem itself. These also serve as sources for imitation. So if you want to write a piece that's just like the piece that you've read, that is perfectly fine within the course as well. I give out writing prompts. We're going to work through various kinds of writings within the semester as you develop your own sense of narrative craft and play here. I really emphasize a sense of play, like explore the limits of what writing can do for you as a writer. Also, I think narrative is critical. No matter what line of work that you intend to go into, you'll need to be able to manage and develop narrative, how to tell a story, how to give an account, whether you're a nurse or doctor taking a patient's history, or whether you're a law enforcement officer who is taking an account of what's just happened in the commission of a crime. You need to be able to understand narrative and how it's built and developed, and that's one of the key skills that this course develops. Within the writings themselves, there are 3 basic kinds of things I'm asking you to write this semester. The first is a series of short craft papers. These will work on basic elements and skills within the genres that we'll look at. So these are short 1 to 2 page writings that are noted on the syllabus. I will give you prompts for these so you don't have to worry about inventing these things on your own. I'll ask you to write towards a specific kind of a focus within each one. Secondly, a short or more developed draft within each genre. I'll ask you to do that in the following weeks. Think about these as like 5-page developed drafts of perhaps something you've already started within the craft paper. So you can work from the things you've written in the 1 to 2 page papers, develop those into a more developed 5-page paper. And then for the final project for the class, I'm asking you to do a final extended 10-page draft of something that you've been working on throughout the course. So you can think about using one of your 5-page drafts here to develop your final project. And finally here, be sure to review the course syllabus. First, for the basic information of the course, the textbooks that you'll need to purchase, my office hours, which are listed there, as well as my email availability. The best way to get in touch with me is through email, which is gcycholl@iun.edu. You can send me that message and I will try to reply within 12 hours to any questions that you have. That's much better than using the comment section on Canvas to get information to me. Please email me if you need to get in touch with me. Also there, please note that I'll be in my office. Even though this is an online course, I'll be available in the office. So you can feel free to stop by to talk about assignments, prompts, editing, etc. And use the IUN Writing Center as a resource as well with this course. The tutors there love to work on creative stuff with students. So if you feel like you're blocked a bit and you're not sure how to proceed with a particular assignment, go into the Writing Center, make up an appointment, and talk to one of the tutors there, and they'll get you going. I comment extensively on drafts, the 2-page papers as well as the extended 5-page papers. So hopefully those will be helpful to you and can kind of begin a conversation between us on how best to develop your writing. Also, please note the course policies on the syllabus. Most importantly, turn in work on time. Turn it in through Canvas in the prescribed measures that are there. I know that with creative writing, sometimes writers will face writer's block, and it's tough to get started on particular things. That's why I give you very specific kinds of prompts to develop the stuff that you're writing in the course. Be sure to review the course plagiarism policy. As a creative course, I would like to see your work. I'm more interested in what you have to write as opposed to someone else that you found online or in another source. So please note the course plagiarism policy as it is outlined on the syllabus. And if you have questions on it, please let me know. And then finally, just note some of the differences that are present with the online course. I'm not sure how much experience you have with IU online courses, but it does demand a lot of responsibility from you as a student to kind of be a self-starter and to do the work on time. If you have questions about things or have problems, please let me know, and I look forward to working with you this semester. Thanks.